Let's go. This Saturday, UFC Houston, you're looking at him, quite possibly the most dangerous middleweight on planet Earth. Anthony Fluffy Hernandez taking on former champion Sean Strickland in a must-see main event. Anthony, thanks so much for joining us. I've read where you said this matchup against Sean Strickland is absolutely perfect for you stylistically. Why do you believe that heading into Saturday?
I mean, you've seen how he goes against wrestlers. Doesn't usually end well. I'm not saying I want to wrestle, but I just think that this fight is perfect for me. He called me out, so here I am. You know what I mean? I don't shy away from a fight. A former champion like this, that's actually tough as is what I need, I believe, to get the title. So that's what I mean. Like this is the perfect fight for me.
Well, you come in scorching hot, 8 fight win streak. You're kind of becoming the fight fans' favorite fighter with the way that you fight. What do you believe has been the difference going back to your last defeat, early pandemic against Kevin Holland, before running off 8 consecutive?
Man, like I tell people all the time, it's sometimes I believe in myself too much, and that's the issue. I was, you know what I mean? I was no excuses at all. But the people that beat me on that night, I thought I was able to be the best of myself, and that was not the case. Um, but what it came down to is like I just had to take a long look in the mirror and realize that I can't just fight for money. I got to go out there when I'm healthy, and everyone in this UFC is really good. So you're fighting the cream of the crop. You know what I mean? So when I made that adjustment and only came out healthy, I mean, you see, I've laid it out for you guys that I believe I'm championship quality. I thought I was going to run through everyone when I was younger, and I just try to fight hurt. So don't do that, guys. Be smart. Don't play with your money, and just fight for your pride. You know what I mean?
Well, you executed that plan when you unfortunately did have to pull out of that fight against an equally scorching Renier de Ritter late last year. But to now be in this position, almost fighting, a more decorated name in Strickland. Do you feel like this fight right here on Saturday is the one that could lift you into a title opportunity?
Oh, for sure. I think you beat a former champ. That really makes a statement because everyone is really good here. So someone that's already like done that, you know what I mean? You go out there and take him out. I mean, you're sitting in a really good place.
Well, let's talk about your fight last August. This was the one, even though it was your 8th consecutive win, that I think woke up anyone who had ever doubted you of what you did against Roman Dolidze, who simply doesn't get physically handled, right? You can outpoint him, but
Yeah.
what you did was wear him out, drag him around, choke him out, and then drop the body as if it was one of the more powerful, most disrespectful moves I've seen in an octagon. And I say that
Yeah.
politely, by the way.
Nah,
What
it's
kind of
good.
statement do you think you made, Fluffy, with that performance?
It's like I've been telling the UFC, like, quit playing with me. Give me somebody that's like a real test. You know what I mean? And he thought he was going to big brother me and walk through me because I get it, he's beat some people, but that's not the case. You know what I mean? If I'm healthy, I'll beat the out of you. I promise. I don't care who you are. So with like that energy is just what I brought. You know what I mean? If you're going to try to big dog me, then you, I'm a big dog you, bro.
Tough talk from a tough man in a great position right here against Strickland. So let's talk about your game. You obviously are well rounded. You've got the wrestling, you've got the striking, but correct me if I'm wrong, Fluffy. It really feels like maybe the secret weapon, the kryptonite that you have for this division, is the pace, your stamina, the fact that you can weaponize it. How much does that sentence right there actually play into your game plan when you're looking at guys like Sean Strickland and figuring out how you can beat them?
No, for sure. I think my cardio is one of probably my best assets. My cardio and my chin, you know what I mean? They go hand in hand. Um, and uh, man, like usually it takes me about 1 or 2 rounds to break everybody. I know Sean is different. He's tough as he's held in there for 5 rounds, but I think that the pace that I bring and the style that I bring, people can't figure it out, and I'll end up torturing them and drowning them.
Well, let's talk about the top end of this division. Hamza Chimaev handled Dricus du Plessis last year to win the championship. What did you learn about him, the new champion, in that performance?
He's just gonna hug you and hold you down. He doesn't want to bang on his feet. He's not exciting. That's kind of what I took away from that.
Are you hearing the same whispers or analysis that I'm hearing, whether it's fans, podcasters, that if there is someone who can handle what Chimaev brings, it is you. Do you feel like you might be the only one in this top 10 who can deal with him?
I don't really like follow everyone's fights and like to even give a real assumption like that. You know what I mean? But like, bro, I believe that I'm championship material. I believe I'll beat Kazmat, and I believe I can clear out the division. And that's just what I truly believe. Until I'm proven wrong, I'm going to keep believing that.
What are your expectations here for Sean Strickland? 34 years old. He's lost 2 of 3, but no one's going to take away the fact that both were title fights. Both were somewhat, close and competitive decisions, especially that first fight in which he lost the title. Now he's coming in off a 1-year layoff. What are your expectations of what you'll see over 5 rounds on Saturday, if necessary?
I think he's going to try to bring it. You know what I mean? Sean Strickland always brings it in his fights. He always goes forward and he's trying to take your head off. So that's what I expect from him. I don't expect anything less. He's a really tough guy, so I'm not sleeping on him. But as long as I go out there and do what I do best, I believe I beat him.
There's almost this feeling like you're the best kept secret in the UFC. Is the secret going to be no longer after Saturday night?
I hope they really get the hint that I need that belt. You know what I mean? Like, I've answered the calls. I've taken out the guys that you think will beat me. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the guys, like Rodolfo Vieira was 7-0. A bunch of these guys were on big win streaks, and I was still taking them out. So I'm just gonna go out there and do what I do best, man. And I believe in myself. I believe in my skills. And I think after this, everyone will know, like, look, I need that title.
Look, a win is a win, but how do you see this fight ending on Saturday night?
I don't know, man. He's tough. You know what I mean? So like, I never know how any of these fights are gonna go. I just know that I can usually find a chink in people's armor, and then it's drown the out of them. So no matter how it goes, I know that this fight will be very exciting because we're both very tough and we got a lot to prove.
Can't wait to see it this Saturday night. UFC Houston, a 5-round main event. Title implications at stake. Sean Strickland and that man, Fluffy Hernandez. Anthony, thank you for the time. We can't wait to see it.
Of course. Thank you guys for having me.